welcome to the first episode, and no better guest than I could have than the one, the only Shon Weathers.
Yo, what up, what up?
What's going on, man?
Not much, man. How you?
Doing good. So we're gonna start from the very beginning.
Okay.
Like, I want you to tell the full story of you, just your life.
My life?
Yeah.
Like from out the womb, bro?
Yo, how was it growing up? Just... where did you grow up?
I grew up. I was in Hollis. First, and then we moved to like Rosedale, Laurelton area. So like real hip hop heads, we over in like by Tribe Called Quest area. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So just growing up, I had a musical family. I guess my dad was into rap heavy. He's a big Nas fan, Tribe fan.
At Queens.
Actually, I didn't know him, personally too well, but Fife was actually a family friend on my mom's side. So like she grew up with him, she knew him, like they would go to Rock the Bells and all of that, like backstage passes and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, it was cool.
Dope.
But mom was like real into the neo soul and stuff like that. So Erykah Badu, Common, people like that. So. And then my grandfather was big on the oldies and stuff. So
you just had everywhere.
Yeah, I had everything. So and then on top of that, I went to a pretty mixed school. You know what I'm saying? So you got a bunch of influences coming from everywhere. So those kids, they listen to the pop music and stuff growing up, and I just kind of took from everything. You know what I mean? So it just all kind of resonated with me. Well, I wrote my first rap when I was 6.
6.
Yeah, I wrote my first one when I was 6.
Like just got a pad and just started
writing?
Yeah,
it was literally
in a little notebook.
Holy low-key, I low-key, what was it? My name is Sean. I act my own age. When I grow up, I want to be like my dad and get paid. Don't look at me sideways. Me and my pops got it made. I'm sitting in the spot ready to rock, watching SpongeBob, playing my drums, going ba-dump. What else could I say? Because I'm timing this play. I don't remember the rest. But that's how far it went.
Yo, you started somewhere, man. That's dope.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
You know what? Surprisingly, for a 6-year-old, yeah, it wasn't bad. But you know what? When I just showed my pops my rhyme, because like I said, he is heavy into it.
He threw that notebook at the wall.
He was like, nah. He was like, nah. He was like,
what you doing?
Yeah, exactly. He told me because I didn't even memorize it or nothing. He was like, He's like, you go write it again, memorize it, come back.
So
basically, I had to get through him before I was really like,
to get an okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
So it was like I'm not necessarily needing his approval for like my music, but if he didn't like tell me no from jump, I don't think I'd be as good. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it was like all right, so it can't just rhyme, like it gotta be good too.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like you
gotta have something behind it.
Exactly. So from there, if we jump forward to like 7th, 8th grade is when I started taking it a little bit more serious. I started carrying a notebook, started writing more rhymes.
Got to high school. Into it?
Yeah. I got to high school, did my first performance. It was a Roman's Revenge remix.
Oh.
That was when Roman's Revenge had just came out. And then transferred to King, and I didn't have a setup or nothing. I just had like an iPod dock.
Did you know anybody when you transferred to King?
Nah, bro. I knew one person. I knew Peyton.
Okay.
Peyton, what the hell is his last name? I don't even remember. Shout out Peyton, bro.
Wherever you are right now.
Yeah, wherever you are. That was the only person I knew. I had went to middle school with him. But I had the iPod dock and a laptop. Put my iPod on the dock. I had a Mac Miller beat. Let it play through the dock. Recorded it straight to the laptop. Brandon heard it because this is when SoundCloud first really started rolling.
SoundCloud.
Yeah.
For some reason, at King, SoundCloud was very popular.
Yeah, man. And Brandon heard it, and he commented under it, was like, bro, you need to come through. And from there, made my first recorded song with him and Mike, and we here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I remember those recordings. It was pretty dope, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't, like, I remember there was a time in King that I think everybody thought they were a rapper.
High key.
For some reason, everybody thought they were a rapper. Everybody was posting stuff to SoundCloud. Even the girls were doing like freestyles, trying to do freestyles.
Yo.
You remember that?
I remember that.
Yes.
Yo, I remember. There's a recording.
Wait, you guys did one with. I don't remember.
I know
who
there
it
was one specifically. I remember was Natalia. I think that was her name.
Yeah, I think so. I know there was a couple that put like they made their own SoundCloud pages and were putting up freestyle. A lot in my grade, and I was like, "What are y'all doing?"
What?
Yes.
The
And then
only
I
other-
remember you guys had that was around the same time. I don't know who you guys did the song with, but like your little group did a song with like two girls or something that did like a little ad libs on your song.
One of them was Italian. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I wasn't on that one though.
I don't think
I
don't
think
remember.
it was like Pino and I don't even remember who else. I know Pino was on it for a fact, but the only other group that like really like I think somewhat took it serious was like I don't know if you remember Ensigns.
Yes.
That whole like that whole
that was-
school beef
that
and all of that. Yo,
that was a
shit was
beef.
crazy. Yo.
This song's going back and forth. I remember that shit. And people were picking sides.
Facts, yo. That shit was funny as hell. Oh my god.
I think back in it, I'm like, they was taking that shit way too
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah.
But just posting that shit on SoundCloud, and they would put like on Instagram, "Yo, don't forget dropping tonight,
Facts.
7 p.m." Like,
Everybody
relax.
talking shit against each other in the comments and whatnot.
But it was good. Everybody turned out good. Everybody was
For the most part.
after,
Yeah.
at least like on level field. Like
We did a song with Ensigns after that actually.
yes,
Ain't nobody
That was
stopping us. I
like-
remember that.
the end
Yeah.
of the beef. I remember that shit. Is that how you met Brandon? Through him commenting on your SoundCloud, or how did you guys?
Low key, like I kind of knew of him, and like I knew him, Mike and Pino had like their little thing they was doing there,
Their little
the
group.
music, because I remember Mike had put out a song, and I actually knew Mike first, like him and Prince. I remember specifically like after school one time. Those was like the first two dudes I hung out with. We were just walking through school, or whatever. Yeah, like I knew what their situation was about, but like you know when you like talk about something,
Yeah,
and you never really follow up with it.
I feel you. I feel you.
So after that comment, we finally followed up with it.
yeah,
and then
it was
me and
always
Mike
like,
made
"Oh,
a
I'll go
song.
through. I'll go
Yeah,
through."
exactly. And then from there, it just kind of built on that.
So after that, you guys got together. Who do you think out of the group, other than you, is top tier? Like, who would you be like, wow?
You know what?
Do you think they were on the same level?
I think
Like,
everybody had.
I feel like you guys said they both had the different styles.
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody said that, but I feel like always one was more lyrical and one was more, how can I say it, more of the Drake.
If you want me to be honest,
Pino, I wouldn't say Pino was the Drake, Mike was the more lyrical one.
yeah,
out
man.
of the
Mike
two.
was ahead of our time.
Man,
I'm not even lying. Mike was
yo.
ahead of our time, bro.
Yo, that was a
Yo.
freestyle that y'all put out. That was a freestyle with all y'all on it. And then one of your other boys, I don't know his name at the moment.
Wait, you talking about Queens Run shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me put this
Yo,
out there
he
right
said,
now.
he
'Cause-
said, yo, I got so many bars, man. These Irish bitches love me.
Yo.
I didn't catch that until like a year ago, bro. I'm not even lying. Son.
Yo, I'm gonna be straight up. I have that song on my hard drive because at the time I was DJing and I was putting up mixes on SoundCloud, and at the time I put that freestyle in one of my mixes because I was just like, yo, this is sick. I did a Queens mix. I was like, I have to put
Oh,
this
that's
shit.
lit.
Yeah, I was like, I have to.
Yeah.
Wasn't good, but I was like, I have to put this out. All right, so after graduating King, did you guys stay in touch?
We did. It was a little hard.
I feel like
left.
it's tough when everybody goes to college.
Yeah,
Especially some
everybody
people
left.
go away, some people stay. It's a little tough.
So like, Pino and Brandon was still here. Mike went to Albany. I went to Ohio.
Oh, you went to Ohio?
Yeah, I was deep, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck was wrong with
Wait,
me.
what school you went
I
to?
went to Xavier.
Damn, bro, I
Yeah.
didn't even know that.
Ain't shit out there.
How was that?
It was a it's a dope experience. You know what I'm saying? You get to be by yourself and shit. But Cincinnati is boring as hell. Like,
Did you go all 4 years over there?
yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't even know
So
that.
like, I ain't really been home for real since 2014.
Wow.
I know Mike had probably put out 1 or 2 songs while we was away. It was one of those things where it was like, if we catch each other, we catch each other.
Yeah.
So when we was all back in the city together,
Just chilling.
yeah, like we was able to
Link
make.
up.
I think I made 1 song with Mike during that time frame, when he was here and I was home.
Just coming back from college and stuff.
Yeah, not even.
Just
it was
for the
like a
breaks?
summer break. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Pino, he put out a few songs. I know, it was a little easier for him because him and Brandon is, you know, they still around. Me being all the way out there, like Brandon's still sending me beats. I don't know if you had listened to them. I had put out 2 mixtapes in college.
Yes, I did. Come on, man.
Hey,
You gotta
look,
support King
look,
fan.
respect.
Support King fan, bro.
But for the most part, I had to find ways to record down
Yeah.
over there, which is kind of crazy how it worked
Especially in
out. Cause
Ohio.
exactly, it's crazy how it worked out. Cause like it was one of those things where it was just like it was low key divine. Like my freshman year, I met this dude named Amar. I only met him because I had my camera. He was asking about the camera. He was a photographer too.
Just to start conversation.
Exactly. And then we didn't talk. I didn't see him. I probably saw him a couple weeks later. He was like, "Hey, yo, what's up?" You know what I'm saying? And we got to talking again for real. He found out I did music. He put me on to somebody else that was there that had a setup. That's how I did the whole first mixtape. So I met this dude named Jamil. Shout out Jamil. He just put out an album too. I listened to it. It's actually really good. I like it. It's called Beautiful. By Jamil in the show. I forgot how he puts his name on there.
He's on Spotify?
He's on iTunes, Spotify, Apple, all of that.
Yo, look that up.
Hold on. Let me see something.
Put that plug right now.
I know it's in here. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, Jamil in the show right there. It's called Beautiful.
Jamil in the show Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. This is dope.
Yeah.
He got 13 tracks. Oh, it just came out this year. Oh, okay.
He's
that's
dope.
it.
He got his own style. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's how you gotta make it. Like you gotta have something that is different. You gotta have your own thing.
Yeah.
You can't just be like everybody else.
And you could tell he don't try to be like everybody. Like he does his own thing. He ain't worried about nothing else. Like I respect that so much.
Like I feel like a lot of people right now that are trying to come up are just trying to sound like what's on the radio and what's hot. I feel like you gotta just be yourself. If you're not yourself, it's not gonna happen organically.
Exactly.
You could do that one song that just pops, and then what happens after that? Then you gotta try and live up to that. If it happens organically, at least
you could keep doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was how I recorded the first one. The second one was actually in a Mars setup, and he had like moved. He had got better equipment. He helped me mix the whole thing. I remember that was like, to me, my favorite part of the grind was going to school, going to work, coming back, going to record, doing homework, going to sleep. Like I really felt like I was on some shit that whole year, bro. And then I remember when we was sitting and like finalizing all the mixes and stuff, I fell asleep. Like I was on his couch with him and I knocked, bro. And I was like,
well,
yo,
that hard
my
work,
bad.
Man.
Yeah, I was like, my bad, man. But that was College Boy, and that was honestly my favorite project besides this next one.
Yeah. What's going on with this next one? Like I've seen you dropping videos here and there of recent songs. So is that leading up to the next project, or is this project just new material?
Yeah, new material.
Okay. Well,
but there's like, all right, so there's like a whole story behind that. I got back, had a whole plan. To make a long story short, you know, it was a little bit of inexperience that came into play with you know, gathering your stems and stuff when you go to a studio. Because the thing was, this was my studio. Like, this is where Brandon is at. This is where I'm at. This is where we go. So when we record, I'm getting the MP3 when I leave. That's it. Just so I can listen to it, see what I need to change, do what I need to do, see if I want to add anything. You know, we had a falling out with the owner of the studio, and basically he was holding the stems hostage. He still has them.
Wow.
It took months for him to actually, because like I was DMing him like constantly, like, yo, let me just get the stems. Like, I ain't got no issue with you. Like, it's whatever. Yeah. Exactly. He didn't answer me for months, and it was at a point where he actually deleted the Instagram page. So I thought that was it.
There was no way to reach him.
Exactly. So come December, like early December, he finally hit me back. He's like, yo, you want your stems back? You got to pay for a session. What? Like,
you gotta pay for a session to get your...
Exactly.
What?
Exactly. And I'm not even gonna lie, like, obviously, you know, I guess this is my first little taste of like how shady people could be.
That music industry.
Exactly. Man. So I'm glad it happened on this level and at a higher level, because like now I know how to react to situations like that, and like just to think before reacting at all to any situation. You know what I'm saying? A whole different perspective is coming to play. But at that time, I'm not used to that at all. And, you know, I wasn't expecting it. He just pissed me off. I flipped. I was like, yo, bro, what are you talking about? Like, but eventually we hash it out. We negotiate. He tell me, all right, look, you can pick him up at so-and-so, whatever. And when it comes time to pick him up, he's not answering me.
Of course.
So considering where the studio, like, I would stand outside the studio, but I don't know when he's coming. You know what I'm saying? I don't know when he's going to be there. I got other
just
things. I got other things I'm doing, and, you know, other shit that got to be, you know, dealt with. So... Otherwise, I would have did that. But basically, this project is what was done in that studio. What kind of sucks about it is that it's not going to be as... Like, how all of my old stuff is real polished. You know what I'm saying? Like, the sound is real polished. Everything sounds great. It's all studio mastered, mixed, and all of that. this isn't gonna be like that. So it's not terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a horrible mix or
it's
anything
not like you
that.
recorded it on your phone.
Exactly. Like you still get it, but it's not gonna be that studio master that has been the same. You know what I'm saying? But to me, I've already moved on. I've made other songs. Like we got other shit we're working on already. But I felt like we did that, and I don't want to just keep that in a box somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me put this out. Like, these songs are dope to me.
Yeah.
You know, they're important.
They deserve to be out.
Exactly. They deserve to be out. So why not put it out? So yeah, we got a project coming out. It's called The Process, and it should be here. Not even gonna say should. It will be here in March.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So it's right there.
Yeah,
coming out.
It's right around the corner.
Nice.
Bro. So it's coming.
That's awesome, man. So
that's an exclusive, bro. Nobody knows that. That's an exclusive.
Dropping exclusives on this podcast, man. That first episode is special, man. But so you got it back. Now you guys are in a new studio chilling?
Yeah, we in a new studio now.
Nice. So you said going back to when you were younger, music was everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think was your top influence?
You want me to be honest?
Be honest.
Like 100% honest?
Be honest.
When I was younger?
Uh-huh.
All right, so you see me now. I'm not the tallest dude. You know, I'm not the biggest. I'm pretty short.
Yeah.
Well, when I was younger, I was a lot shorter, and I had braids. And Bow Wow was famous.
Okay.
So,
Yo, I mean, I feel everybody was like Mike. He was rapping.
Exactly. Yeah.
He was close to our age.
I don't even know how many times I watched that movie, bro. Like Mike, what?
Yo, that's a classic. That's a classic, man.
I used to tie my shoes every day. Make me like Mike.
Yo, but you know what? It's not even crazy because he was close to our age. It wasn't like outside the box. You know what I mean? Like it was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
But we also didn't know the background of his father being famous, putting him on and stuff.
Wait, his pops was famous?
Was his pops famous?
I don't know.
No?
I don't think so.
No? So
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, hold on.
Let's look this up. I knew his favorite drink was Sprite. Like I didn't know about his pops. Yo. Let
me see. Let's see. Maybe he just popped off.
He had to have a ghostwriter, right? He had a ghostwriter. Did he? He had to have a ghostwriter.
I don't know. You think so?
That's a good question. Man, he was like 9, bro. There's no way. Like, come on, son.
It says, let's see. He was Kid Gangsta. That was his first name.
Kid Gangsta.
Yeah.
All right.
At age 6, he was also a fan of NWA. In '93, he performed a concert and was noticed by Snoop Dogg and was given the name Lil Bow Wow.
That's kind of dope.
So maybe he just got put on.
Yeah, I think he just got put on.
Damn, I thought it was like his pops was famous and shit and put him on. Shit, good for him, man. But yeah, I'm saying like it wasn't out the box because like I can understand why you looked at him and was like, yo, if he could do it, I could do it.
Exactly.
I feel you on that. So you would say Bow Wow was like the number one. The first one you looked at was like, I could do this.
That was like yeah, I guess so. Cause like I hadn't written any raps yet. Like when he came out.
Okay.
Like I hadn't written a rap yet. And it was just he had, bow wow wow yippee yo yippee yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that was my shit right there. Like and I'm looking and then I saw the video and I was like, oh, like yo. I swear on everything. I remember I was walking down Jamaica Ave one time and this lady stopped my mom and was like, is that Little Bow Wow? And I was like, yo,
what's good?
That's crazy. No, but
I would have played that shit alone. Hell yeah.
But yeah, I think that was the first one that really had me like he could rap, like, and he looked like me.
Okay.
I want to rap.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then probably like a year or two later, that was when first rap came.
That's what you started.
If I'm remembering right. Outside of that, when I was younger, I would say influences were like, what was it? Juvenile and them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When Lil Wayne was with them, the block is hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, who else?
I feel like Lil Wayne, our whole generation was just Lil Wayne.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. What's crazy is I didn't like him for a little bit when I got older.
Nah,
I didn't like him for a little bit.
Was it because he was just featured on every song on the radio?
Nah, I think it was more so I was like influenced by my pops. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I was influenced by my pops for a little bit.
I can see that, yeah.
Started,
that's happened. Yeah, that happens to me too. That you're growing up, you're like, my pop's not like, he's trash.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So and then I was like, let me see this shit for myself. And it was like, all right, you got it. I fucking hate How to Love though. I will never listen to that song. Don't ever play that around me.
Was that? What about the songs that he does with his guitar? Did he do somewhere like
Rockstar Wayne,
yeah.
dude? Yo,
What do you
Drop
think
the
of
World
that?
is hard, bro.
Drop the World is hard.
Now the rest of that rock album, questionable. But Drop the World is hard.
Yeah.
You know
Like,
what
he
I'm
did
saying?
some song with Nicki Minaj, Prom Queen or something. I was like, this
I know
is
what you're talking
not
about.
it.
Yeah, that wasn't it.
I was like, this is not it.
He's,
playing
you
his
could tell when he
guitar.
started kind of falling off a little bit,
Yeah.
and it was like, dude, just chill for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like you got Young Money under you, like just
chill,
bro.
Just
you
chill.
did it. You got it.
I think it was around Bedrock that was just
Yeah.
that was like he was on top, but then also
That was
it was
the
like
starter like that.
yeah, he
And then
started
I think
declining.
he went to jail and shit after that.
Yeah,
And that's when Young Money kind of took over. Nicki and Drake went crazy.
Drake
Really went crazy.
still going crazy.
This man is a whole like I call him the Jay-Z of our generation.
Yes,
100%
I can see that.
wholeheartedly.
Yes, that brings me to another question. I'm just shooting questions at you. Jay-Z or Nas?
Nas, easy,
right?
easy.
I've asked that all the time. People want to fight me on Jay-Z. I don't know if it's biased because I'm Queens or if I'm biased because I like the lyrical stuff. Like, Jay-Z's lyrical and all, but I feel like Nas was always above
Nas
him.
did a whole song backwards. That right there, like, come on, son. Like, you heard that? I don't know if y'all know about the song Rewind, but y'all go listen to Rewind and then tell me Jay-Z could do some shit like that. Yo. And I'm not taking
Like, I'm
that
not
from
putting
Jay.
that-
Like,
yeah.
exactly. Like, Jay is nasty. He's a whole different. It's a whole different level. That's a monster right there. But you cannot fuck with Nas, bro.
Nah.
Like, that's just it, hands down.
What do you think, Ether or Takeover?
Ether.
Thank you.
What do you mean?
What was Takeover?
Yo, hold up.
You see, because thank you. Somebody finally agrees with me because, when I had this show at my college radio station, I always would throw this into interviews while I was interviewing people about music. And they were always like, Takeover, Jay-Z all day. I'm like, did you listen to Ether?
Exactly.
Did you listen?
I feel like a lot of people just kind of like hop on the bandwagon when it comes to that. Because Ether is like, that was specifically just for Jay-Z.
And
like,
just shitting on it.
Jay-Z was trying to, he was springing a little bit on everybody.
Yeah,
in
like,
that one.
yeah.
And
it was just a song.
It was just a song. He had a couple lines in there. It was like, all right, that was tough.
No,
you know what I'm saying? But there
shit
wasn't
started
nothing that was
off-
like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It started off saying, fuck Jay-Z.
exactly.
on!
Exactly. Like, just straight out the gate, bro.
Finally, somebody agrees with me. Every time I ask somebody that, they're like, yeah, Jay-Z. Yeah, Takeover. I'm like, I don't know.
man.
I feel like, not taking anything away from Jay-Z, I always say Jay-Z was more of the mainstream artist. And Nas was more,
definitely.
Nas was more for the streets.
Definitely.
Big or Tupac?
If I'm being 100% honest,
100%.
Tupac is completely overrated.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like and before y'all come at me
It's
for
not
saying
like,
this, like
I'm not saying he's terrible.
Yeah, not at all.
No.
I'm saying like, okay, he definitely he has, he had revolutionary ideas. He also he's a huge contradiction to himself. But this dude low key used the same flow in every song. Like
Yeah.
Every song, bro. Like I'm listening to albums and I'm like, I can predict exactly where you're gonna go with it before you get there. You know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, when it comes to lyricism, like he wasn't the greatest lyricist. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't the greatest songwriter. He had a few good songs, hits or whatever. But
I always thought that about Tupac. Never been the biggest fan. Always felt people overhyped him. I was never into him. Big was always my guy.
Exactly.
Also, I grew up around Big, like his music, so like it's Big all day for me.
Like you get hit with a bunch of different styles from Biggie. You know what I'm saying? You get the spit your game flow. You know what I'm saying? Then you'll get the I got a story to tell flow. You know what I mean? Then you'll get juicy for the radio.
Exactly,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, Pac is just you know what I'm saying?
It was
Like
just Pac.
even
You
hit
knew
him
it was
up.
a
You
Pac
couldn't even
song.
do it. You couldn't do a diss track by
Now,
yourself,
hit
bro.
him up, man.
That's the closest I've seen him to getting lyrical.
That's my favorite
You know what
song
I'm
from
saying?
him. That's my
It's
favorite
like-
song from him.
But other than that, like, and honestly, that wasn't even that hard of a diss.
No, but because it was all like stuff that was kind of like, we don't know if it's true. Like at least Ether, like he was putting facts out there.
Exactly. And then even if it wasn't true, it was just so disrespectful. It was just like, man.
He was getting chased through
Yeah.
your building. He called me. I was like, I didn't even give you my number. I was like,
Facts.
oh God, put this guy in a casket.
Oh man.
When it comes to wait, hold on. Before we get off the Big and Tupac, have you watched the show on Netflix, Hip Hop Revolution?
Yeah.
Have you seen the last season that came out?
What,
that talked about
the
East versus West?
Yeah.
Did you watch the Big episode?
I believe I did.
Did it seem a little sus to you when they were interviewing Diddy?
You gotta be more specific.
Like, I was thinking about this the other day. I watched the episode, finished. I was chilling. I was eating. I was like, all right, I just saw this episode. And then I started listening to Diddy songs because then they started bringing up Diddy songs. How his beats were crazy. I was like, I was like, I forgot about this.
They was talking about when they went to like the island or whatever. Yeah,
yo, that shit was crazy.
When he showed that sample, bro, and he flipped that, his son, I was like, that is wild.
My son was just sitting back. He knew he had it.
Yeah.
Yo, for some reason in my head, I am totally convinced that Diddy killed Big. Like, he set him up. But that episode just pushed me over the edge with that.
You know what? That's not the first time I've heard that.
100% I believe that now. Isn't it a little coincidence? Diddy popped off in 97. The same year Big died. He had all these songs, all these hits coming out.
You know what?
Jiggy. He began the Jiggy era.
You know what?
It's crazy, right? I was thinking about that, and it's just a little coincidence, right? Or was it planned? Did you ever notice that?
You know what? I do not believe in coincidence, but I will not say he did or didn't.
I always had to believe.
I don't know for sure.
I always had to believe. You never know. I always thought that though, because I still think should kill Pac. I'm like, I think that was just going on.
That's just kind of wild. I never really thought about it, to be honest.
What, the Diddy thing, right?
Yeah, like I've heard it, but I never really paid any attention.
I always said it because I was like, should kill Pac. He made mad money. Diddy looked at him and was like, you making mad bread. Let's see what's up. Did it, and he
low-key always wanted to be in the spotlight.
Yeah, just made that money.
All in the videos.
Dancing. I was like, I always thought that. And then I saw this episode, and he starts out the episode, and he's like, yeah, Big wanted to start a record label. I shouldn't want him to start a record label because I own one, but that's my boy. I want him to own one. I was like,
I remember, okay.
I don't know about that. And then he goes into about how he wanted to make this song about Big when he died. He brought all these producers that he started a year before Big died. He started this producer group. After Big died, he decides to fly them out and try to get beats for
album.
Some
real good points right now. Yeah.
I was just watching it. I was like, your bass, like, if you could take this video to a judge, he's telling the story too, Diddy. I'm like, you don't think there's anything wrong? Like, nobody was editing this episode and was like, wow, like, maybe I don't know if we should put this out.
Yo, I'm gonna have to watch it again now. Like, I really
go back with that mindset.
I'm gonna watch it again.
And he talks about how he started the Jiggy era. It was all about money and stuff.
Yeah, I remember that part. It's just the way you talking about it, I didn't even look at it like that. Crazy. I just was like, that's kind of crazy, yeah.
I didn't think about it until after I watched the episode. I was just like, this just puts more into me that I think he did it.
I feel like they know exactly who did it. Yeah. And if it was him, he probably got enough money to get away with it.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
There's no way. All the shit we got with technology,
bro,
there's no way.
Did you see the guy the other day not the other day, like 2 weeks ago, that tried to kidnap that girl on the train?
Yeah.
They found him the next day and beat him up.
Exactly.
How don't we know who killed Tupac and Biggie? You found this guy just off a video. Saw him in the street and ran.
Nigga, you picked her up and tried to dip. What are you talking about?
The best part of that video, like, it's a foul video, but I love that video because she goes, this dude just tried to take me. I don't know who she's with. The dude comes out. He's like, who? And she's like, him. Pointing right in front of him. And he's looking back and forth, not looking straight at the guy just because he knows he don't want the smoke.
About it. Yeah, he wasn't about it. I saw that. I was like, yo, you with the wrong person.
Who?
Right
and then
now.
He got back into the train. He was like, who?
Even when she got picked up, like, bro, you don't realize Shorty just, like, she was laying on you. Come on now.
Yo, that whole, I don't know what's going on there, man. That was crazy.
I hope she better not be rocking with him no more, for real.
I hope not.
Because he's not with shit.
That's not.
Like, at all.
He's not in, man. I got another question.
What's up?
This is probably biased, too. Who started hip-hop? Queens or Bronx?
I'll give it to the Bronx.
Give it to the Bronx?
I'll give it to the Bronx. Only, in my knowledge, and I've heard that, hip-hop was going on before this, but this is like the first recorded event of hip-hop with those Bronx basement parties or whatever.
Yeah.
So, in my knowledge, hip-hop started like 70, 73, 74, something like that.
Yeah, in the 70s.
Yeah, so I'll give it to the Bronx because I wasn't there.
I give it to them too because, like, that's the one thing that I'm not biased on Queens about.
Yeah,
Very biased
exactly.
on Queens. I'm like, nah, Queens.
Exactly.
I'll give it to them because they did start, like, those parties. They really got it, like, popping to that point that was, like, I live in Queens, but I love the Bridge is Over.
Are you dead ass?
Yeah, I hate saying it, but yo, the beat, man, come on,
nah,
the beat. I was just like,
nah,
they
I
did
can't
it.
do it. I can't do it.
I mess with that song. I don't like be putting
I'm
it
looking
on
at you
blast.
sideways,
I
you know what
know.
I'm saying?
That's my bad. My bad.
You know Nas from the bridge, right?
Yo,
like,
yeah.
Come on, bro. Come
Yo,
on, Mobb
Nas
Deep from the bridge, bro.
Nas is top 3 for me.
Oh, yeah,
Next
of course.
question. Do you have a top 5? Or does it always move around?
You know what? It depends on how you ask the question. The top 5. You talking top 5 all time? Top 5 like top favorites? Like top 5 in the game right now?
Top
that's
5
active.
favorites.
Top 5 favorites?
Yeah. If I had to ask you right now at this moment, it's always gonna change. I feel.
Yeah. That's always gonna
Especially
change.
when you find new artists and stuff. It's
if
just,
we talking right now,
right
my
now.
favorites. This is no particular order, obviously. My favorites would be the Baby.
Wait, but of all time.
Of all
Not
time.
just like at this period. Just of all time, your
All
favorite.
right, see, that's harder. That's harder.
I feel you.
So obviously Nas goes in there.
Of course.
Cole.
Yep.
Nas and Cole's a definite. I want to say Most Def. The only reason I won't is because that second album threw me when he was doing.
I feel like a lot of second albums.
Yeah, it was like, but obviously, Black on Both Sides is impeccable. You know what I'm saying? That man is wild. He's an honorary mention. You know what I'm saying? I'll put it like that.
He's 6.
Yeah.
He's 6.
Let me think.
He's top 10.
Yeah,
He's top 10.
Definitely. Even with the the Black Star album,
yeah,
I rock with that album, but I rock with it for most. I'm not big on Talib Kweli. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel you. Yeah.
Like he kind of ruined that for me a little bit. I saw him in concert. I know this is going like way off topic, but I saw him in concert one time, and it was like he was just real condescending, bro. Like he talking about like the younger generation. He's a true old head. You know what I'm saying? And I know he like is big on like preserving the hip hop culture and all of that, but there's a way to do that without being a condescending asshole. Yeah. Ooh, I probably shouldn't have said that, but that's how it came off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like watching
at that moment,
at that moment, that's what it was coming off as. So like watching the performance, you know, I'm rocking with the songs he playing because he had a couple hits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then after the songs, he was
and then after the song, he started talking and he
like,
kind of losing the vibe now because it's low key like you coming at us right now.
Yeah.
Like
we just paid to
like,
see you,
chill.
bro.
Exactly. Like relax. Let me see. I said Nas, Cole. Ooh,
it's those last 3 slots.
Why you do this, bro?
I know it's tough, man. I gotta ask the hard question.
Shit, is it fair if I like go through my library real quick?
Nah, you good, bro. You good. I'll name some of mine. Why you do that? So of course Nas is up there. Pun is up there just because Pun
I can see
for
that.
me is just he's one of the top. Rakim is up there. Cole is up there. Number 5 for me. It's tough.
That
5
fifth
is
spot,
tough.
that fifth spot always gets
5
you.
is tough. I don't know who I would give that to be honest. See, I'm asking hard questions. I don't even know the answer to them. I'm thinking right now.
I'm trying to think like what has resonated with me like crazy, like besides Nas and Cole, like
I feel like
Mac Miller.
Mac
Miller's definitely in my 5 favorites. And honestly, I might even put him at a number. I might number that one. That's gonna be my number 3 right there. So 1, 2, and 3, Nas, Cole, Mac. Matter of fact, I'm gonna switch Cole and Nas and put Cole first, only because I grew up with Cole.
Yeah,
you know
I was just about to say that.
I had to go back for Nas. So
yes. Yeah.
I relate a little bit more to that.
I can relate to that. I could put Cole first, Nas second.
And I know all the old heads is gonna be like, "What you look,
yo,
man.
Cole?
Y'all sleep? Y'all be sleeping on this
something
man.
else, bro.
Like
I'm gonna say something that people aren't gonna like. Kendrick Lamar. Kind of feel like he's dope.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's better than Cole, in my opinion.
Agreed.
I don't think he's better than Cole. I think Cole's just on another level.
I see Boogie on your joint.
Yes. Yo,
I see
that
Boogie
album.
on your joint. Yeah, that album was hard. Everything's for sale.
Let me think.
JID. I don't know.
That whole Dreamville.
Yo, Dreamville's roster is crazy. Dreamville's stacked like the Warriors in their prime, bro. Yo, that roster is wild, bro.
Did you hear that? Of course you heard that.
Of course. Yeah. Of course.
Yo, that whole lineup.
I'm gonna be real.
Crazy.
I didn't even like JID when he first came out.
Now you didn't mess with him?
Only because of his voice. Like I had to get used to it. Like
okay.
I didn't really like his voice at first, and then like I think the first song that I really like listened to for real was Hereditary off the Never Story.
Gotcha. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. When I first heard that project, I was like, I'm a fan.
That's when I got hooked. And
that was the first project I actually heard of his.
When DiCaprio 2 came out, I didn't listen to it yet. It took me a minute to listen to it, and I listened to it, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, bro, you on some other shit right now. Like, because what was it? Off These came out as a single, him and Cole?
Yes.
And he was like, fuck, what's the line? Something, JID, the closest thing to me. I got kind of mad. I was like, the fuck you mean? Like, hold up. Nah. But then I heard DiCaprio too after that, and I was like,
Yeah, that project is hard.
all right, yeah, nah, we gotta step it up.
What was the song off that I really messed with? 151
151
Wrong.
Wrong.
I was
Yup.
like, I heard that. I was like, yo, this project is something.
Yep, 151.
But yeah,
his flows is ridiculous, man.
Yo, but that whole roster, Kaz is nice.
Kaz is hard, bro.
That whole crew.
When he came, what was that? Cause and Effect. When that came out,
Yes.
I was trying to put people onto that from jump. Like, yo, this dude is tough. Like,
Yeah.
give him a chance.
Like
I'm actually surprised JID popped off before him, for real.
Yeah.
Because I think Kaz is like capable of being that big. But
I think so too. I listened to Cause and Effect, but I didn't really like get into him till Affected. Yeah. That's when I got like real into him, and I was like, alright,
yeah,
he's dope. So JID will put up there.
I feel like that's another
At the
honorary
moment?
mention because he ain't been around long enough. And like he recently became my favorite. Like he recently became one of my favorites.
Yeah, but he's one. At the moment, you could put.
All right, so
he's
yeah,
five.
at the moment I could say
He's your
But
five.
you talking all time though. This is the thing. Like if you wasn't talking all time, yeah, I throw him in there, no problem. You talking all time. So far, I would say, take out the order. We got Cole, Nas, Mac, and this is not because he died. Like
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, Mac
has been around since high school.
High school, bro.
Like, that
he
kid's
was doing
mixtape
he was
changed
doing the
everything,
frat
bro.
rap.
Yeah, exactly.
I was into it. I was
Exactly.
like,
Easy Mac.
I think I heard Kids, the first one I heard from him.
Kool-Aid and Frozen Pizza was the first song I heard. That shit changed my life.
I think it was Knock Knock was the first song I heard of him. Was it?
Let him in. Let him in.
Yeah. That was the first song I heard of him, and then I was just.
I forgot about that song.
Yeah,
shit.
that was
Yo,
the first.
he came a long way, man.
Yeah.
That's
you heard
crazy.
about the new project?
Yeah,
dropping?
man.
Well,
It's already. I got it pre-downloaded.
Yeah,
bro.
well, it'll be downloaded by the time this episode comes out. But yeah, I already got it saved on Spotify. Yep. So that last spot, if you had to choose, let's say there's a gun to your head right now. It's like, yo,
that's a little drastic. Yeah. You know what? And I might catch flack for this, but I don't care. Drake. When it comes down to it, like
wrong with Drake, man.
When it comes to people be coming at him just because like he does the singing and then
he does everything. That's what makes him great.
Exactly. And it's like I'm not even gonna lie. I was one of those people for a little bit, but I had to step back and really be like, yo, this man is like, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like,
because he has something for everybody.
Exactly. And then when he wants to, he could still be the so far gone Drake and hit you with just straight bars. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You get the 6 p.m.s in New York. You know what I'm saying? You get the 4 p.m. in Calabasas, the 5 a.m. in Toronto's. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll give it to you when he feels like it. You just got to be patient because he's doing so much other shit. And I respect it, man. Like, recently, I'd say he's become like another inspiration because like I've started stepping outside of rap a little bit because there's more to it. And it's like there's a point you get to, I think, when you've done it enough where I don't want to say I've perfected it. I don't think I've perfected it yet, but you get so used to doing this one part of the craft as far as just writing lyrics or bars or whatever that you want to test the waters everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? And just naturally you kind of start to
just experiment,
grow into your own, and start experimenting other stuff. So like recently I recorded a song where I'm literally just singing. Like I'm singing, trying to sing, bro.
Okay.
Like, and honestly, I ain't even gonna lie, that shit hit, bro. Like I can't sing, but that shit hit, bro. So I'm gonna go back and, obviously gotta patch it up and stuff and smooth it over. But there's just, for him to do all the different types of rap and then be able to do the pop and then be able to do like the what's it called? One dance type. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then do Jaded or something like that and start singing. You know what I mean? Like he got two sides to his album, whether you like his singing or not. Which somebody do. You know what I'm saying? He got 2 sides, one just singing, one just rapping, and both of them did pretty well. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that says a lot.
Which I think he should put those 2 out separately, but
agreed, because that is way too many songs on one.
Yeah, he just threw it at us, and I looked at it. I think it was 29, or 28
like
songs.
That.
I was like, what? I was like, take it easy, man.
His last few albums been like that though. I'll be like, dude, you doing that's a lot. You got it.
Yeah,
dumb it down some.
But also, you can't do the 8.
No, definitely don't do it. I think Nothing Was the Same was perfect. That was like 13 songs.
Yeah, I think like 11 to 13 is.
That's a good amount. And then when Cole be putting out 10, I kind of like, I be wanting more. Like, you couldn't just give me a bonus track, bro.
True.
Like, come on.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Let's say 11. Bro. Let's say 11.
Yeah.
Also, my number 5, I just thought of it. Joel Ortiz.
Oh,
he's just nasty.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Would you rather? Let's say you're listening to the song. You rather a trash beat or trash lyrics?
I'd rather a trash beat.
Trash beat.
Cause if we being honest, Nas is not the best at picking beats. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no.
Besides Illmatic, like he got some questionable beats. I really wasn't. I'm gonna be real. I didn't really fuck with that Kanye produced album, except for Cop Shot the Kid.
Yeah,
it didn't really hit for me.
I don't believe it was. I messed with that a little bit. Also, especially because we haven't had something from him, and that was like, all the anticipation was just okay. Nas is finally dropping something, and then
he did that 7-song shit.
Yeah.
But like, what's the song? I'm trying to think of a song that like I was like, this beat is kind of. But the bars are there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He got a couple.
I feel like there's a lot of
he got a couple.
So you say trash beat?
I say trash beat, definitely.
Yeah.
Because at least if you got good lyrics in a trash beat, that could, if it's good enough, make somebody forget about the beat. And they'll bump it anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got a great beat and trash lyrics. Now, depending on where you at, if you at a party or some shit,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's different. That's a party.
But if I'm chilling listening to music,
exactly,
that's a no.
And most of the time, I'm chilling listening to music.
Yeah.
So
I got another question: Terror Squad or Murder Inc? That's not, it's a tough one.
Terror Squad.
Terror Squad.
Terror Squad. Ja Rule's a bitch, bro. I'm sorry. And he from Queens, so it's not a good look. But he's a bum, bro. I'm sorry. He was good for that time. You know what I'm saying? But besides him and Ashanti, who really can you remember from Murder Inc? You got Fat Joe. You had Big Pun was Terror Squad, right? Remy Ma. It's 3-2.
Yo, you know what was actually dope from Terror Squad that I messed with that wasn't really out there was Cuban Link. Cuban Link was actually nice.
Yo, really, honestly, truly, 100% forgot about him.
He's actually nice. He just never. I feel like after Pun died, Fat Joe kind of like fucked him over a little bit, and like that's why he didn't pop off. I was listening to one of Pun's albums, and he came on a song. And I was like, I forgot about him, and then I downloaded his album. It's not bad.
Really?
His album is not bad. I feel like he was
how
just.
Recent is it?
What's up?
Is it recent or is it old?
No, it's I think 2000.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but it's not bad. But I feel like after Pun passed away, I think Pun was kind of like pushing him, and he fucked with him more than Joe did. Joe was like, "Chill, fam, chill." There's always gonna be that though in the music industry.
Yeah.
Dre or Khaled?
Neither. I'm gonna be real. I don't really care for Dre as a producer.
What?
As a producer, great, definitely.
No, that's what I mean.
Oh, that's what you mean?
Yeah, producer. DJ Khaled.
Okay, I'm picking Dre.
Dre?
I'm picking Dre. You know why? And Khaled has done a few things. Like he's made some hits, but I feel like his shit is just not as genuine. You know what I mean? Like
it's more
just a money grab.
I feel like Dre be doing shit like low key.
Yeah.
Khaled's just out there all over the beats.
Exactly.
Like,
you smart. You loyal.
All over the videos and shit. Like at least Dre, like I found out Dre recently
Did he do Pac's album?
Did he?
I think he did some Pac's last album.
I heard that he mixed. The Game has a song about Nipsey, and Dre, like he sent it to Dre.
That's dope.
You wouldn't know that unless you watch the interview
right.
and you hear The Game actually say, "Oh yeah, Dre mixed this for me."
I didn't like Khaled lost, like I see what he was doing. Everybody gets what he's doing, but I kind of lost respect for him when he had his little hissy fit over Igor.
Yeah,
and
what
to
was
me,
that
Igor
about?
is a great album, and he came at it real heavy.
I couldn't get into it,
like,
but I respect it.
Huh?
I couldn't get into the album, but I respected that.
That's understandable. Yeah, it's definitely an acquired sound. Have you been to a breakup, like for real, like
no,
heartbreak?
So that's probably why.
Yeah, honestly,
that's probably why.
It's a breakup album for real.
Like I listened to it, I was like, it's okay.
But that was also another one, like how I said with the Babies album, I had to listen to it a few times to really get into it. Same thing for Igor, and I listened to it probably like my fourth listen. I was like, I get it. Yeah. And then I was able to appreciate it, and then you start hearing different things and like
maybe I gotta go back
different lyrics and stuff. I don't know, bro. If you ain't get your heart broke, it may not work.
I'll try it again. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you updated.
Hey, just find a random chick. Talk to her for like 2 weeks.
Who would you say is your favorite producer?
Favorite producer?
Other than Redface. Well, shout out to my son Breezy.
Shout out Redface. Yeah, shout out Breezy Beats. See, I'm not gonna sit here and give you like cliche answer and say like Dilla or some shit like that. Not to say, you don't have to take anything away from a legendary dude, but honestly, either Timbaland or Pharrell.
Okay.
Like,
I mess with that. Yeah,
either Timberland
I wasn't
or Pharrell.
expecting that, but I mess with that.
Like for real, because Timberland's drums
Timberland,
is crazy,
man.
bro. And then Pharrell always hit you with something different.
Yeah,
Like,
I always love the video of Timberland when he's with Jay-Z and he shows him
when
the
he
beat.
showing the beat, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I love that video. He showed him that beats though, and then he's like, I got you. Puts it on. He's just like,
yeah, man.
knew he got him. I respect that.
Who else?
There's a lot out there, though.
Yeah, there's a lot, man. There's a lot.
I give it
I
to
gotta sit on that one.
I give it to producers though, because I feel like
they don't get enough
credit.
Yeah,
because I feel like to sit down and do something from scratch,
shit is tedious. But what's crazy, you know what I realized though? A lot of producers, once they get to a certain point, like they can bang out a beat in 10 minutes, whether it's trash or great.
Yeah, just
don't matter. They just
yeah,
go
that mindless movement
and just keep going, and like they'll make 10 beats in 2 hours, and it'll be one that they'll be like, this is it right
this
here.
is
You know
it.
what I'm saying? That shit is crazy. Like I've watched Brandon work. Watching that dude work is.
His beats are nice,
bro. We going through
nice.
samples, bro. We going through samples, and like I'm hearing some samples. I'm like, oh, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. I like that. Whatever. He picked this one sample, and I'm listening to it, and I'm like, that's alright. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then he flipped it, slowed it down, and like did some other shit to it, and it came out of something completely different. And I had to stop him. I was like, yo, how the fuck did you hear that? Like, what made you decide
to do that?
You just gotta play with it, bro. Like. All right, that's cool. I get it.
Yeah.
But like, out of all the samples you could have played with, you chose this
one.
And you came out with this. It was like you kind of knew that was there already. Like that's like a sixth sense almost to me.
Yeah, like they heard it as it was playing, and they were like, I could do this, I could do that.
Exactly.
I don't know how they do it, man.
That
I gotta
shit
get
is
him on this
wild.
podcast though.
Yeah,
but that's a fact.
Yeah.
But yeah, producers is something else. Like I was watching the Dreamville documentary, and just they had producers just in every room.
Yo, matter of fact, now that you done said it, T-, bro. T- is hard. One of my favorite producers. T- is tough. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Nah, yeah, I was watching it, I was like, yo, and then just in there working and probably just trying to get a beat made on the album or even on anybody's project.
Bro, that whole documentary though is a vibe, yo.
Yeah.
Like
it's crazy how they did that.
And
some Diddy shit. Just getting all his producers together.
You know how much creativity, like just imagine being in that space, like just so much creativity going on around you, like all these different artists. You got singers, you got rappers. You know. And what's
dope is that it brings you to like a friendly competitive stage because it's like, all right, you nice, but I gotta try to outdo you now. Like it's not like hurtful or anything, but
it's just
me.
Word. Yeah, all right, I got you. I got you.
Nah, that's a fact though. But how about your photography, man? Your videography? What's up with that?
To keep it 100. I really just started getting back into it for real again. I took a break for a minute, honestly. I told you because I came back from the school. You know, we got all this great equipment, and I come back and I got this little T3 and one little laptop. You know what I'm saying?
With no software.
Exactly. I don't have none of that. So it was kind of a, for lack of a better word at the moment, it was kind of a struggle just because I was like, I didn't want to put myself through that. But
it's a difficult time.
You know, you work with what you got. So and I had to learn that. So I've been going out a lot more, you know what I'm saying? I got like files on my computer for specific days and like everything's sorted out, you know what I'm saying? The videography, I make like little videos and like little personal videos and stuff. So like we went out to North Carolina for my family's Thanksgiving. You know, I got a bunch of footage from that I'm finna use. I have not put it together yet. But you know, the last studio session, I just did a little video for that. Got a bunch of just like honestly together. And I realized like for me putting it off for so long, like I lost a lot of content. Like I can use this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And whether it helps with music or something completely different, like whatever, you know, it'll go where it goes. This is something I love to do too.
I feel like it's always cool to have that stuff, even just for memory. Even like if you don't do nothing, it always comes down the line. Like let's say your music pops off, you have all this video from the journey happening.
Exactly.
So that you could always use later on, or even just have it for yourself. It's something that always have.
That's the whole point right there. Like that's why I started doing it again. It was like it's just kind of dope to have. And then on top of that, having that, because you know when you learn something but you don't do it, you start to forget it. So it was like I have re-downloaded Premiere and all of that, and like my computer moves slower, but it does what it needs to do when I need to do it. So
did you have to kind of teach yourself again
low
how to use everything?
Low key, I had to like brush up on it. So like figure out like masking and you know keyframes and all of that shit all over
everything
again.
up on Google.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Like doing all of that was like kind of dope. I mean, for the most part, right now everything's been pretty basic. Like it's really just cut. That's really just cuts, really cuts and timing, and like pacing.
Yeah.
So it's really like basics right now. But you know, in between all that, you kind of start to play with it again and like color correction and you know, little things that people don't really pay attention to. But yeah, man. So
That's
I'm finna upgrade cameras real soon.
That's awesome though, man. I always try to get into the video. Like I've been doing it for my job. My editing skills are it's getting better now because I've been working. Like when I was in college, we used to use Premiere, but we had it on the school computer. So like sometimes like if I had work that I needed done, but like I had no time to be in school, iMovie would have to do it. You can't tell the difference, but iMovie would have to do it. I never understood why they didn't just give us like a password for Adobe so we could, even just for the 4 years, just to have it. But like I had to use iMovie. So even now, they try to do Premiere in my office. I'm like, chill. I'm cool with Final Cut. Like I'm starting to get this. Let's chill.
Don't switch it up now.
Let's
Like
chill
I'm
right
on a
now.
roll, bro. Let me rock.
We have to. Then I will learn Premiere again. But right now, I'm cool with Final Pro.
Felt that.
I don't need that upgrade right now.
Yeah, let me get comfortable. Let me get comfortable first.
So you say you got music coming out soon, March, hopefully, right?
Nah, I know. Hopefully,
no, hopefully
March.
it's coming out.
March. I already sent out the test tapes.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, so it's right there.
Yeah,
that's awesome, man. Well, I can't wait to hear it, man. That's gonna be dope. Especially since, can I ask you a question? What's with artists putting out music and then deleting everything when they're coming up?
Oh,
like I know
like,
a couple people like they'll put
Instagrams
like
and stuff.
no, like just music.
Really?
Like I know a couple people that like they'll put their music on. Well, this happened like last year, so it's still SoundCloud, and then like they just deleted everything and started from scratch. I'm like, but you had some good songs. Like, why didn't you just leave those up?
It could be a couple things. One thing I know, SoundCloud gives you a limit to how much you can upload if you don't pay for it. So like once you hit a certain amount of minutes, I think it's like 2 hours or something like that. I know I got like I think 72 minutes left.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, then you can't
so
upload
once you
them and you got to pay for it.
Got you.
Yeah.
So that's they probably like rather have new stuff out.
Possibly. Some people might just want to erase that whole thing and start over. Like, you don't need to see where I came from. Let me just show you where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I'd rather you see where I came from. So.
Yeah. I like that you, like, for certain artists, you can see the process.
Yeah.
Like, I know I could go to Red Face's page and I'll see all y'all stuff. And be like, I remember those days in King where y'all was putting out, I'll see y'all in the whole would be like, yo, that shit was dope.
Shit. I remember those days, man. Loki was famous in high school, bro.
Yeah,
that was
facts.
crazy, yo.
I'm telling you, it was that beef that happened that popped off.
It definitely
that
it
popped
had to
everybody
be, because after that, everybody knew everything.
I don't even know how that shit started, but it was just like, yo, did you hear the diss track? And I was like, what diss track? Started like in the football locker room. They were like, yo, you heard the diss track? I was like, what diss track? They sent it to me. I was like, okay. And then later that day, it was like, did you hear the answer? I was like, okay, we just put your shit out back and forth now. I respect it. Put your name out there. It was dope shit though, man.
Yeah, man.
And that's where you come from. And now hopefully blow up. I'll be like, yo, I had the exclusive when his new project came out that blew up. You never know, man. That shit could be your Illmatic. Be like, yo.
Whoa, hey.
What? How you feel about that?
What?
When people say, yo, that was their Illmatic.
You know what?
Like I always say 2014 Forest Hills Drive.
This is Illmatic.
People take it as
like you comparing it to Illmatic?
Yeah, but I'm not comparing it to Illmatic. I say that's the shit that like put him on. Like he was always on, but that shit put him on with mainstream people. Like people was always rocking with him with his mixtapes, but not everybody. People only listen to the radio. That was like besides Workout, that was like
except Crooked Smile. Yeah, because Born Sinner didn't really have no. They didn't really have no radio plays.
It was Workout. Then the next one had Crooked Smile.
The next Can't Get Enough was on the first.
That was also one that was starting to sizzle. But I feel like Forest Hills Drive, he had so many songs that just like this was his shit.
It was no role models that did it.
Yeah, and
first things first, recipe, Soca Phil.
And that shit was just everywhere. I always say that. I feel like that's to me. That's what my mindset is. When I say, oh, this is somebody's Illmatic, this is something that put them on. It was also his first album, but that shit blew up, and that's what put him on the map. So that's how I take it. People are always taking it. Some people understand it, and some people be like, oh, you try to compare it to Illmatic? I'm like, nah, chill.
No,
I'm just saying that's what puts him on. I'm not trying
like relative to that person.
Yeah,
like, that's it. I get it. Okay, I hear you.
Like I always like Jay-Z is Jay-Z, but I will always say the Black album.
This is Illmatic.
That shit, yeah.
Okay.
99 Problems was that shit was on the radio everywhere.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And it was like, yo, Jay-Z. Like everybody knew who Jay-Z was, but it wasn't like he didn't have that pop and song. And once that song
You don't think so? Hard Knock Life put him on. I feel like Hard Knock Life really put him on for real.
Yeah,
And then what was that one with?
Wait, but that was before or after?
That was before.
That was before.
Yeah, that was before.
But yeah,
and the one with Mary J. Blige, Can't Knock the Hustle.
True.
I don't know if that was radio, like if that was really mainstream or not, because I'm not old enough to remember.
Yeah.
I think what was that, Blueprint 2? I don't remember for sure.
Yeah. Shit. We don't got nothing in front of us, so not going off computers and shit.
Either way. I mean, I would have to listen to it again. I don't know for sure.
Yeah. You know I just always listen to the album. I was like, this album is like from front to back. This is
like you don't have to skip it.
Yeah, this is something.
And there's not a lot of songs. There's not a lot of albums like that at all. Yeah, that's a fact. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, Forest Hills Drive is definitely the Illmatic for Clothing. Yeah,
there's not one song I'm skipping.
That's a fact.
Album is just.
The album is nice.
And when it came out, it was just like, yo, this is.
That's
something.
all that was played for like 6 months, yo. All the way through the next summer.
I remember I went with my boy Jason. Shout out to Jason. We went straight from King when it came out that day. We went to FYE on Myrtle Ave to buy the CD. I was like, why are we doing this? But we're going to do it. We supporting this shit. Because the album was just insane.
I got the vinyl.
You got the vinyl?
I got the vinyl. I made sure I got when that came out, bro. I made sure I was like, nah, I need the vinyl. Like,
you got a lot of vinyls?
Technically, I do. But it was more like they were inherited.
Oh, okay, got you.
So I'm trying to build my own collection now.
Now you just pick and choose which ones you buy, or you just try to get a lot.
I pick and choose.
Because I know a lot of people just try to get as much.
To me, that's not real. You know what I'm saying? I want to pick exactly. I'm picking and choosing. I want this vinyl. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play this vinyl. I'm not just gonna have it sitting around. You know what I mean? I went to a friend's house one time, or a friend's brother's house, and he had a wall, and it was just all vinyls.
With the covers, or just with the records?
With the covers.
That's
and he had a lot of classics. He had a lot of modern shit. Like, he had NWA right next to Marvin Gaye. You know what I'm saying? So, exactly. So, that's like, ever since I seen that wall, I was like, yo, I need this. Like, I want some vinyls now. Like,
I always wanted to build up a vinyl collection. I got no space for it. I feel like when I get my own spot, I'll try to build that up. Like, if I would have inherited, like, my pops used to DJ in the 80s, and he talks about all these records he used to have. I'm like, he just gave them away.
Didn't keep them? What?
Nah, because he stopped DJing.
Bro.
I was like, are you serious, man?
Wow.
Because
they had points for that one.
Like my pops and his brother and my uncles, they had like their little DJ group. Because everything was a group in the 80s. So he used to DJ parties together. Everybody had their own set. And he was like, yeah, I used to have this album, that album. And I'm like, yo, if you only kept them, like that would have been sick.
That would have been dope as hell. That's where all my came from. My grandfather, like literally, there's crates on crates of vinyls. Sick. I don't even know like 90% of the people he had. I'm looking at it like, who the fuck is this?
Yo, but that's the shit you gotta go through.
You right. You 100% right. You know how many samples you find in them bitches?
Hell yeah.
And that's also how I found out Frank Sinatra was amazing, yo.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Frank Sinatra, bro.
No, that's a fact. Yeah. Nah, yo, you gotta bring Brandon over one day and just play vinyls and shit that y'all never heard of.
Yeah.
And my son would be like, yo, got it.
Like there's some vinyl in there. It got a cover. It's like 3 black dudes. They look like aliens. They like they like in the beach but on the water. Like it's weird, yo. Like I was like, who the fuck is this? But everybody got an afro. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's what was going on back then, man.
Mad skinny. Like low-key look like the joints from Men in Black. You know what I'm talking about? Like, like, that's what they look like.
Damn, man. Yo, so thanks for being the first.
Of course, bro.
The first guest on the podcast.
For bringing me here.
Appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you, bro.
Yo, my God. You know I had to put you on, man.
Do that again.
I got you.
Y'all heard the clap that time, right? All right.
When I had the idea for this podcast, I knew I had to get you on. I knew because I always try to put my people on. I had a group of people. I was like, all right, I already know I got 6 episodes already. Like, I'm good. Like, I just got to hit them up and confirm it.
Facts.
So it's good that we're doing this. I can't wait for the project. I'll make sure I put that shit everywhere when it drops. And March.
March.
It's happening.
March.
Get ready, guys.
Mid-March.
March is happening.
So between March 10th and March 20th.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
so it's even you dropping more shit. We getting specific now. The 10th to the 20th. All right.
Yeah.
I respect it, man. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. Catch you guys next time.